Okay, the first exercise that we're going to do is a piriformis stretch. There are two different variations that we use in the clinic. The first is laying down, bend one knee up. So if you want to stretch the right piriformis, you bend the left knee up, cross the right leg over the left leg, reach across with the opposite hand, with the left hand, and pull towards you. You should feel this directly in your butt muscle and your piriformis muscle. In the clinic, we hold that for 30 seconds and we do 3 of them. One variation to that, especially for people who have hip arthritis or hip osteoarthritis, we'll do it this way. Here, just relax, and then press down. And my personal preference is the first method, but we've had a lot of people who like this as well, and they'll still get that buttock stretch. Second exercise that we're going to do is another piriformis stretch. This is a little more advanced, especially for runners. And how we do it is this. Start with your leg propped up, so this would be to stretch the left piriformis. Left leg is up, crossed over, and then you can lean forward. So definitely more advanced than the first one, but on this we do the same thing, hold for 30 seconds, and we do this 3 times in the clinic. The third exercise that we're going to do, the first 2 we're stretching, the third one is going to be one to strengthen the piriformis muscle, and this is the best one that I know of. It fires the piriformis in all 3 ways that it moves your hip joint. The first one is to turn your leg out, the next one is to turn your leg out, and then it also extends the hip. So it does all 3 of those, and we call this the prone figure 4 isometric. And what you do is you lay on a mat table or on a bench or on the side of a bed or a sofa, lay on your stomach, position one leg off the edge, the leg that you want to exercise, lock your foot behind your opposite knee, and then go ahead, Sue, raise your knee up. Good, and you should feel this fire in your buttocks muscle pretty good. We do a 5-second hold, and we start with 10 of these in the clinic. And go ahead and do it one more time. Excellent. When we're talking about piriformis syndrome, the first thing we want to do is define what is the piriformis, and also we want to look at what is a syndrome. So the piriformis is a muscle. It's in your rear. It attaches to the side of the tailbone. This would be a person standing facing that direction. This is the tailbone. This is the right half of the pelvis, left half of the pelvis. Piriformis attaches to the front side of the tailbone and comes across and attaches over here to the top of your thigh bone. So piriformis is a muscle. Syndrome means a cluster of signs and symptoms with no known cause. So with piriformis syndrome, there are 4 or 5 main causes. The most common is that there's an underlying pelvic issue where the pelvis isn't moving the way that it's supposed to. It puts extra tension on the piriformis, and that creates sciatic nerve problems. The one thing with piriformis syndrome, the way that it's commonly used, at least in our area of eastern United States, is if the lumbar spine is ruled out, so there's no problem in the low back, but the person has sciatica, meaning that nerve pain down the back of the leg, many times that's attributed to piriformis syndrome.